to discuss their plans because they have a new player technically, right? That can be swapped in and out. Or does this benefit Rebellion that has a set lineup? It's a new lineup, but it's set. It's not going to be changing. So technically, they've had their preparation already. But for Onic, it's kind of like a switch, right? So now with more time to discuss, to, you know, talk pre-game, like let's say for instance, you realize you're coming in the game, you gotta be doing this, you gotta be doing that. Let's start here, and then we rotate towards here. You know, there's more time for instructions right here with the long pause break that we had so far.
But it gets to you sometimes, you know, the focus kind of fades out, and then you're kind of tired of the waiting. But yeah, again, the like a team. Why are you laughing?
Where's the camera?
Hey, there you go.
Whoa, lightning fast. That was a Selena as well. I think they might still be testing it out. I don't believe.
Yeah, I don't think.
But we have seen the Layla before in previous tournaments.
Seen. But
shout outs to Bren, who was still coaching RQ. Back then, I think, Hoshi, they already changed back to Hoshi. We saw the Layla against the Paquito, against Bren, and it was now. Okay, we're back. Here we go.
Only a test. And yeah, back to the drafting phase we go. Thank you so much for bearing with us. As I clap my hands, the game starts again.
Wow, how did you do that, Realize?
It's insane. It's a very, very expensive skill to
much faster, Realize?
Yeah. Now, the Minotaur taken out. Of course, trying to avoid that initiation and engagement potential coming in from ODCS, because this is a roamer that has been known to also don the Minotaur.
I mean, Dyron on the Edith was able to punish the Hayabusa yesterday with an Earth Shatter that has a channel time. On a Minotaur, you know, Onic can do it even better. So I think the fast utilization crowd control tools need to be denied here, I think, from the side of Rebellion as well. They're just concerned about the Hayabusa getting locked down right here, because technically two members here can really lock him down. The Roger can chase him through the quad shadow, but for Rebellion, together with the Julian, so they don't want to allow Onic to get that pick-off burst damage advantage.
Yep, and history coming in for the new jungler, Ryota, 11th to 12th place in MPL ID Season 8. First place for the GoPay Arena Championship 2023. Third place Axis Cup MLBB Season 4, and 12th to 14th place of MDL ID Season 9. So of course he has that experience within him. It's just up to how he want to iron out the stage jitters, the experience, you know, in face of Onic, or Fnatic Onic rather, and they pick up the Grok for Keyboy.
We haven't seen this Grok too often in recent times, but against a Hayabusa, when was it? It was another tournament where I saw Hayabusa struggling to just secure some camps against the Grok, man. It's a brutal time, but with Rebellion having the Zask, if the Zask can get some assistance clearing, right, and he can rotate, that Nightmare Spawn can do a lot of damage to the Grok, you know, that technically can't really, he just has to walk around and take the zaps coming in from the Nightmare Spawn.
There you go, Edith. Oh, and the Barats.
Yeah, Edith and Barats. Like you said, Edith is going to be a very, very strong laner now. Quite meta for most teams here in MPL ID Season 14. Now, of course, for Fnatic Onic, they have sealed the fate. The Arlet will most likely go to the XP lane, the Grok in the hands of Keyboy. Now it's either they pick up a jungler for themselves or a gold laner.
Yeah, do they want to go for Ruby Gold here and play around the Roger and Albert, or do they want to go still for an assassin? Because they could go for an assassin. Still, they decide to go for the Harith instead, which means Roger jungle. Harith in the gold lane against the Moskov. We saw the Harith dominate a Moskov. I think it was yesterday. Yep, or 2 days before, but hey, Harith winning lane against the Moskov, so setting up for a lot of kill pressure.
Yeah, a lot of kill pressure as well as lane dominance. Of course, Harith's one of the strongest lane bullies you can have in the game. And now the draft index here, Rashi, for both teams. What are you thinking?
Well, it really seems to hint towards Rebellion, but I gotta say, I feel like I see more potential for Fnatic Onic. It's just a bit more dynamic, and there are a lot more tools available for wide-scale plays. For Rebellion, they have tools that are segmented. They have good poke with the Zask, they have all-in with the Edith, with the Moskov, global presence with the Moskov, and assassination potential with the Hayabusa. But together, as 5, I feel like Onic are the ones that can make it difficult for Rebellion to try and get a lead, get control around the map, and especially around the neutral objectives with the Aurora.
All right, now after the long wait, we are ready, up and running to run into the land of dawn. It's the Blue Bulls, Rebellion Esports against the Sky Kings, Fnatic Onic.
Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the match we've been waiting for all this time, and Albert making his debut in Season 14 on the Roger. He's a national team jungler for ISF, a representative of Indonesia here, so we'll see how good he is still, despite, not getting a lot of game time.
Talking about the national team, of course, Albert could just be the gold medal that Fnatic Onic is looking for to reactivate that competitiveness in the jungle. And for Albert as well, with the Roger, how is he going to approach this game, Arashi?
He's going to go aggressive here, going to Little Prio. Great moves from both teams. Keyboy tries to find a way to get to the Hayabusa, but at the same time, Audi makes sure that he puts himself between Keyboy and Ryota, allowing him to go for a pretty okay clear so far. And for now, it's just the waiting game. When it comes to the roamer though, pre-level 4, Audi is the one that can make more decisive engages. Level 4 though is where Keyboy is going to make the play, but look at that.
So, Ryota coming down. Good shadow kill over Keyboy. Still able to escape. Great flicker out. That Spear of Misery could have punished him.
Almost getting pinned against the wall. Already using the power of nature right there. You're seeing again the one-dimensionedness of the Grok. But look at Cars. Of course, the Flicker himself here.
Respect.
Both junglers being very active, looking for chances. But look at that mid lane, though. We talked about mid prio being so important, Mirko, just yesterday. The Aurora against the Zask, at least without the assistance of the roamers, Sans on the Aurora will win all the time. And even with the assistance of the roamers, the Grok will do better against the Edith when it comes to lane clearing.
Instant boom with that power of nature.
Now for Sans, just backing up Litpi up top as the Turtle Dance will ensue soon. Albert does have the prio here with 3 members running around. Sway Low will pop. His ability is just trying to shoo away the players of Fnatic Onic, but they have Keyboy in charge to look for a play in this little pit.
Earth Shatter, Audi finding it now. Great Frigid Glacier coming down, but Adventure's Welcome comes down as well. Now spinning him out with the stun. Car stomping on him. Sway Low picking up the kill still on the Dominator's Descent. Albert finding a trade back now, goes with the Lycan Pounce. But the Dominator's Descent still on him, forcing him back now. A stun onto Sans, 2-1 to RBL.
RBL did a great job right there, engaging with the Daytona's Welcome. You saw Keyboy try to make a play right there, but he wall charges at the Barats, who was immune during the Daytona's Welcome, so it really wasn't used to its full potential at all. But now it's back to round 2. So even Matt threw the Spear of Destruction to try and maybe swing things in favor of Rebellion. But Fnatic Onic are not willing to back away from this. They have the bigger AoE teamfight plays. They want to try and punish Rebellion somehow.
Seems for Rebellion, they're just gonna concede the turtle bottom lane. You can see Ryota already pathing Albert, securing turtle number 1. First neutral objective over to Fnatic Onic.
Regardless of what happened there in the pit earlier, Fnatic Onic able to at least just stabilize the goal lead coming in from Rebellion Esports. No longer bleeding that much, but Audi CS could be in a tough position. Albert just eyeing him. Well, Keyboy looking for the charge.
Good barrier, nice wild charge to stop the onward from getting him out. Primal Rat still popped in. Audi CS buying a lot of time. Shadow kill with the quad shadow plays out. Keyboy gonna be very low. Dominators Descent. Keyboy! Still able to escape. Now Swaylo decides to go for Albert, and they aren't able to trade it. Fnatic Onic winning in that skirmish.
Great play with a wild charge right there. And even earlier, Ryota tried to exert some pressure onto the gold lane, but he wasn't able to steal anything from the side of Fnatic Onic in exchange for that turtle. Look at a talent prediction here by our new application, GoPay.
Pop pulling against the world.
As always, nothing new there.
Yeah, he likes to defy odds and expectations. Fnatic Onic, of course, high expectations towards Albert so far. He has been delivering quite well, getting the farm ahead as well as prio for objectives. The turtle is coming in for Albert. Litpi though, looking for Cars.
Cars is actually going to be chunked quite low. Good, dead to the welcome! Inside now, splitting it back out. Good quad shadow over, and the shadow kill. What an outplay from Cars.
Woo, Cars! The timing could have been any more better. That was immaculate from him to dodge the final slash, and that presents them with an important kill towards Litpi.
The timing, the interaction right there, the fact that the vengeance from our Lut takes you behind the target means he just jumps straight into the mouth of Daytona. That's unfortunate for Onic, but you can see Audi now in trouble. Sans, who has so much mid-pressure right here. Swaylo only really has some kind of impact in the game in the middle of a big fight where he can kind of target and dive towards the backline. And once the members of Onic walk away from it, he's just lacking in pressure here compared to Sans.
Oh, great final slash! What a combo! Fnatic, Onic! Ryota walking over. Keyboy's the one who gets it done despite 2 red trees committed. Fnatic, Onic, what was that? What a wombo combo! Now the power of nature, Audi trying to push him away. They will be able to deny a turret from Fnatic Onic in the mid lane, but look at CW staying active. Mr. Baldwin, not to Audi. Able to escape.
Whoa.
Now Albert like can bounce. Earth Shadow coming down. Albert doesn't care. And now goes on to Ryota, who's forced to quad shadow defensively.
Matt is waiting for a chance to try and do something, but look at the pressure advantage. All this is happening in small increments because there's more burst damage and playmaking tools available for Onic. Oh, Lutpi going for the sweep right there. Barely misses Sway Low. But that's what I'm talking about. 2 members, 3 members, they can make plays happen without the whole team. As Cars gets walled off right here, Keyboard. Just the emote. Man, this is just so much pressure. And Rebellion are kind of struggling to keep up with the pressure too, because they're lost to turrets, and they're not really getting any compensation for the structures they're forced to kind of concede right here. Looking at the items, Sans has finished the Genius one as well, so lowering the magic resistance, that's gonna indirectly help CW too, by the way. So good synergy and itemization there, but look at Sway Low.
Whew, look at Audi with the conceal, forcing out a flicker from Sans there. Keyboy just scouting away, trying to deny some of the farm from Ryota. Audi goes for the Earth Shatter. Albert actually doesn't get the steal. Ryota with the Retribution secures his own camp.
Albert has been very proactive as well, looking for rotational plays, playing behind Keyboy. Meanwhile, for Audi, the same. But they have been abandoning Matt, just trying to bank on him to get the farming, get the items going. Sending him up top now, a swap in the lanes happening. Keyboy again, just being that pesky player he is.
Audi, Primal Rat still stuck next to the barrier, wrong side of the barrier. And Fnatic Onic just punishes him. Audi now 0-4. Matt gets a turret trade. Ryota clears it up. Oh, CW stunned up. Oh, the Dominator's set doesn't find the stun there. CW able to dash out the safety, still saving his Purify. And that will be another neutral objective to the Roger. Keyboy conceal. Over Keyboy. Let's see if they can actually get him down. No, Keyboy's just too tanky, even with Ryota jumping in. Finally gets the kill down, but Albert is right there to punish. Oh, now with the help of Sans. Trying to go for the stun. Albert goes in. Lutpi. Oh, final slash. Did not find anyone.
Quite unfortunate, but look at Onic and where they're playing, man. Sans for the longest time was in the jungle, the bottom side jungle of Rebellion, walking in aggressively on the vulnerable mage. This is just the kind of stuff that Sans does. Look at Ryota, forced to back away. Sans follows up.
And now the ice-cold finisher, Sans. Will he do it? He's just walking him down. Oh, my God, Sans, you can't keep doing this. That's a killing spree for Sans.
Ice cold, and again, just playing with his food. Sans does not stop. It's a game fight, but the new application GoPay pops up. Wow. There's Aurora's debut, but wait a minute.
Oh, Matt, Spear of Destruction, able to escape. Albert, though, he's a fast boy. You know how fast I am? I'm fast as Albert, boy. Gets stunned up, doesn't care. Dominator's a set, though. Matt's again slain by the ice-cold executioner in Sans. And look at him. Oh, no. Now on the Sway Low he goes. Good Nightmaric spawn. Audi gonna be mauled down by Albert. My lord, it's a 6,000 goal lead. Fnatic Onic are controlling every aspect of the game.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room right here. Why the heck is Sans flanking on an Aurora? He keeps coming from the sides. He's not playing front to back. This is not what this hero was supposed to be made for. They're going straight for the dive though on the mid side.
Sway Low!
Oh my.
Dead! Oh, CW jumping in. Albert following through with the leg and pound now, man. Trying to dish out some damage, but Albert might as well be in front line now. He can't take damage.
Insanity, the national team star, makes a statement with this Roger just growling left and right. But it feels like Fnatic Onic, every single member is on the same page. They're able to zone out, able to flank in the sides. And even their sieges are so sweet, their team fights well synchronized.
Yeah, items, your glowing one is completed for Sans as well, so even the sustain from, let's say, the Primal Wrath here that Audi can rely on, it's gonna cut in effectiveness. There's just way too much burst damage. And look at Lutpi looking for a play. And look at how many ways they have to try and start a fight, man. The barrier, the final slash, and even the Frigid Glacier coming in. So many different ways, and you can see that Rebellion are confused, right? They're concerned that if they deal with one, the other is right behind it. And that's before talking about the chase potential that Albert has. As you can see earlier, Cars now maybe stuck.
Cars, that's in his welcome defensively. Just to escape there. And he's a small dino. He can't get the big guy stacks.
It has been a non-stop pressure coming in from Fnatic Onic. They can't stop the skirmishes, the pickoffs from left to right. Now just sieging towards the base of Rebellion Esports. How long will they hold?
Oh, good flicker out by Cars there. He had to use both his initiation tools to escape.
This is how much pressure is exerted by Fnatic Onic. It's a Rebellion. Even Audi, that's supposed to be the one making plays on the Edith, it's just so difficult. Cars now reduced to a mini lizard right there. You can see that it's just...
He's so small!
He's
Tona, what
overmatched.
happened?
It's a tiny boy!
The little dinosaur. He's gonna work his way up though. Audi trying to shatter the earth. But now Final Slash is placing both for the Glacier pop down as well, but they aren't able to find anyone. Cars is slowly but surely growing. Look at him.
Oh my goodness.
They're very slow though.
Dinosaurs extinct, Cars one of them. And now we
He
have
might
to slow
follow.
down. We have to slow down and look at it in a retrospective way. How does Rebellion Esports crawl out of this hellhole of Fnatic Onic?
I feel like Ryota at this point is just rendered irrelevant. We've seen multiple members from Fnatic Onic walk into a bush where Ryota is waiting to no avail. Like Albert walked in earlier, and technically he is a marksman, right? Marksman fighter. But Ryota says no. I have nothing to do with that animal, man. That wild animal, it's too dangerous. He backs out. I think the same thing can be said for CW, for Sans. They both are strong enough right here to kind of deal with him solo. Look at Lutpi though, jumping on Matt.
Wild charge over to the wall, forcing the Purify
Purify.
out. Suns! Wow! What a combo! Flickers forward, finds the angle. Audi might be next. Like it pounds over to Cars, Final Slash, bringing him back. Into the death.
Goodness. Chopped down. But it was Cars being chopped and chopped up by Fnatic Onic. Again, losing 2 members. They're readying themselves for the siege.
Look at Sans unfazed by the plays from Ryota. Just stands there menacingly. And look at the rest of Rebellion. They're trying to defend, but it's against 5 members. Can they do it?
Look at me, San says. I am the front line now. Keeps on walking up front now, tries to go for the waves. I guess it makes sense when you have to deafen his welcome when you get punched. Because usually the term in boxing is bite down hard when you get punched.
It's the I don't know, the toughness of Rebellion to try and do something right here, but they're slowly losing a lot and more control. 2 base turrets on the side, far away from the Lord. They have Matt to try and do some kind of split push. They do spot Albert right there, but they can't do anything about it. Fnatic Onic will get the Lord, and Rebellion are gonna bank on that late game base defense without a flank, where Sans finally can come from the front like a normal human being and not flank around on an Aurora.
Yeah, if Fnatic Onic is forced to play that front to back as the siege happens, I feel like Rebellion Esports still has the chance. You know, Sway Low does have that much of a delay, and then you have Matt just trying to crawl his way into the item spikes, the power spikes. But then again, Fnatic Onic's already everywhere around the map. This time around with the Lord in their pockets, they look to siege the crystal of Rebellion Esports.
Oh no, Dynaman with an old big guy, Sexy W, with a crowd move, untargetable. The Shadow Kill can't kill anyone. What charge from Keyboy to knock them up, and now even the Dino can't withstand the damage. Ice cold damage, CW with the Zaman Force. That's another winner crown as Albert buys the immortality. CW jumping back and forth. What is that damage? Ryota almost got one shot, and now the final slash from Lucky as they end game 1.
Insanity from Fnatic Onic, again, just trying to be so untouchable. Forcing the fights from minute 1. And they win it all. They cut off the horns of the Blue Bulls in game number 1.
Was looking kind of sketchy. Everyone from Fnatic Onic were getting low on the HP bars, but it doesn't matter, man. When you're 13k gold ahead, when you have the tools available, when you are ice cold, quite literally, Sans, it doesn't matter. They just go and straight up end the game. And despite having a chance, that Rebellion were just completely shut out.
They haven't been able to play their composition. I mean, like, again, the Hayabusa has been proven to be the ray of hope for Rebellion Esports, but come minute 8, minute 9, he was basically rendered irrelevant by the players of Fnatic Onic. Again, such a good debut, a good start for Albert in that sense, but Fnatic Onic today in that game, in that opening match, I feel like they are all on the same page. so synchronized.
Very much so, man. Every single time they do go for a play, I mean, you saw that combo. You saw the final slash into the, not this one, but the final slash into a wall charge, into the glacier. There's just so many ways for them to try and combo, and yet they're able to use their spells individually to force out reactions from Rebellion. Right here, just go in with the wall charge first. Afterwards, they use the final slash. They just layer it slowly but surely to ensure that at worst case scenario, they're still gonna get a ton of value from it. What a play coming in for Fnatic Onic, man. They deny the Hayabusa any impact. They deny the frontline potential of the Barats. They deny the crowd control immunity from the Daytona's welcome by forcing it out. Every single thing, man. Auditizi, the pick-off roamer on the Edith, did not get a single pick-off. He was picked off multiple times in the early game.
Yeah. The question was, how good was that CC layering coming in from Fnatic Onic? They were brewing, they were crafting something good. Final slash into the glacier, into everything basically that just put the Bulls in their place.
Perfect execution from Fnatic Onic all the way from the start of the game, right? We saw that Rebellion were able to get a few good picks here and there, but then once they got into the mid game, it was practically over. It felt like Rebellion were stuck into one style of play.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, for Fnatic Onic, they had multiple ways to tackle the game.
And there wasn't even a time where the Moskov was able to show the late game power. I mean,
Moskov?
What Moskov?
That's what Fnatic Onic said, right?
Did you mean a neutral creep?
Oh yeah, you didn't see the
Basically,
damage
that game.
coming in. You don't see the split push coming in. We saw
Yeah.
that
We saw
Moskov
tier
being
1.
such a wait, tier 1, but at what cost, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we just saw yesterday the Moskov split pushing being such a problem against Onic. It's just not a thing, and like you said, they have so many approaches because they can go for a big team fight, a big combo, but they can go for pickoffs too. They can move forward here. Look at them chasing slowly but surely. This is a mage, by the way, and it's a Hayabusa running from the mage. It's like such a weird scene to be seeing. And even if they want to play defensively, Suns can use all the spells defensively as well. When they want to chase, they have Albert, right? They have just so many ways of just playing the game. And you can say the same thing about CW on the Harith. We haven't even talked about his damage output there. He was untouched in the lane, and the Zaman Force can be used aggressively and defensively. And I think at that point, even if Ryota wants to go 1v1 CW, it just wasn't going to happen, man.
But in the first few minutes, yeah. I think in the first few minutes, yeah, Ryota was seen. I mean, he was there as the kill machine for Rebellion Esports, but again, it was just all shut down by the players of Fnatic Onic. So the question is, was that as an outdraft?
Ooh, I guess in a way it is, right? I mean, the Aurora pick straight up after the Zosk, it really just enabled them to bully the mid lane real hard. And the Zosk wasn't able to pop in Dominators Ascent at all.
Yeah.
Every time he did, he always gets caught by the freeze.
I think it's the freeze, and also the fact that I think we're going to see the highlights later on, but there was a moment where he popped the Dominus Descent, and Onic literally pushed the whole team of Rebellion past the Dominus Descent, so he got left behind and it was doing nothing. You see this big Nightmare spawn just stand there like, guys, like...
There's basically a larva.
Like here, bro, like, guys, I can't reach.
Yeah, it's almost like, it's basically a Gien, right? Where you go in, and then your team leaves you. And then when you come back, you're like, oh, hey, what happened? Where's all my friends?
Kids in the wrong neighborhood, man.
Yeah. And this is one of the cases, no, not this one, but we'll see it in the mid game. This is the first turtle, I believe, yeah.
You're seeing the back and forth, right? The fact that Onic, by the way, lost 2 members first initially, and then they respawned and said, all right, round 2. They came back, and you can see that Rebellion, they were kind of waiting around for that to happen, like preparing for another skirmish, but they failed to realize that when it comes to the waiting game, there's more poke, there's more crowd control for the side of Onic. So even though they got 2 kills, they waited for everyone to respawn and come back to the turtle, and then they were forced to back away, right? They gave the turtle away to the side of Fnatic Onic.
And to be frank as well, that was mostly without CW as the Harith. You would expect him to be one of the most highest damage sources for Fnatic Onic, but it was just Albert, it was just Sans, again, looking for the flanks, and Lutpi with some of the best engages we've seen so far in that game. So yeah, I mean, if CW was there, like in the last few minutes, it's just rubbing salt to the wound. And for the Harith not to be online, yet Fnatic Onic are able to square up against Rebellion Esports is just insane. Like, it's insanity for Fnatic Onic just to cage Rebellion Esports in their tracks.
I mean, you saw that. This is one of the only times where the Primal Wrath actually was used properly, right? Where RDTZ actually got to hit several times and do some damage. The whole time he got jumped on, he went Primal Wrath, and Onic's like, yeah, cool story, bro. Like, you know, it's like when you're so over-leveled in an RPG, you go against a boss, right? And you one-shot it, and he's like, wow, stage 2! And you're like, hilarious. What a joke. And you just take him out in one hit.
That's what happened. He was playing on easy mode almost, right? At that point, because really, when they try to go out and dish out damage, they had so many more layers of CC. Even if they went for full purifies, it wouldn't have helped.
Right.
Because you purify out from the Frigid Glacier, you still have that wild charge. And then there's a final slash. And then there's CW and Albert just dishing out damage while you're dealing with those frontliners. And it comes down to them, I think, initiating first. As much as we want to talk about how the draft set them up for success as well, I think the execution could have been